this is part 2 of me getting an MRI. So he takes me back and he's like, yeah, I'm going to need to make that phone call. So just sit here and wait. 45 minutes later, some other guy comes to me and he's like, hey, so we're not going to be able to do your MRI today. Medtronics is saying it's a no-go, that third abandoned lead. And, we just didn't know about it, because it's not listed on your Medtronics card. And it's not in your chart anywhere. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, guy, well, first off, I've had the third abandoned lead for literally 10 years, not a joke, since 2012. Second off, y'all are my primary hospital, and I have been admitted inpatient multiple times for different cardiac-related issues over the last 10 years. Third point, and this is the most important point. If the hospital would have sent the form to my cardiologist, their clinic would have filled it out correctly and sent it back. And then they would have known about the third abandoned lead. But since they failed to send the form, they just made the assumption, based on my Medtronics card, that there was no third lead. Because, see, on a Medtronics card, they're only going to list the leads that are attached to your main device. They're not going to list any capped or abandoned leads. And so I just found it extremely insulting that they try to play it off like it was just this oopsie, when it's bro, it was not an oopsie. There was a clear failure of processes that were supposed to occur. And I think my favorite part was when he was like, yeah, I'm not saying we can't do your MRI. I'm just saying we can't do it today. We're just going to need to get some additional, paperwork's, done and stuff, because they're saying it's off label and we still do it here, but we just need special approval. And I'm like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, so since you're a teaching hospital, y'all are more than willing to take risks that every other institution around here is not willing to take. Cool. He also told me, yeah, and plus we couldn't have done it on this machine today anyways, because of the settings. He's like, this would have been a 3, but because of yours, we can't go above a 1.5. And so that's a different machine. And all I heard was, you almost put me on a machine that could have caused serious damage to me. I have survived 13 years of heart failure. I am about to be evaluated for a heart transplant. And I literally feel like I almost got taken out by an MRI machine and faulty paperwork. Advocate for yourself. If you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel like something's right, you have got to speak up. You've got to speak up for yourself. I will not forget how dismissive that guy was initially when I first tried to be like, hey, I just want to make sure. And I'm really glad I did. Because initially he's like, oh yeah, no, you're good to go. And if I wouldn't have pushed, I said, no, are you sure? Who knows what would have happened to me.